Good morning, everyone. A blessed Sunday to you all, a blessed Sunday, and a happy brunch. Blessings to you all, blessings to you all. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, one and all. Yes, that is what we do here, right? We welcome one and all. Mhm. How is everybody? How is everyone doing? Let's come together. People are finding the stream. Please take a seat. Please join our brunch table if you would like to do so. This brunch table extends to the four corners of the earth. Some of you are having happy hour over in Britain and in Europe. Hi, how are you? Are you having dinner? Okay, having dinner in Sweden right about now. What are you having? Are you having drinks or dinner right about now? What is it, 10-hour difference? Oh, yeah, you're having drinks. Wow. After dinner drinks, right? Same with Israel. We've got some Israelis here. Hello, shalom. So, yeah, I'm reading that book. Has everybody got a copy? Oh, hello, everyone. Hi, Debbie Brady, shaper. Debbie Brady is a creative consultant. She's the woman that helped design this channel. If you like what you see, then all praise goes to the incredible Debbie Brady. She is the designer and the person that helped create the theme, the design. Everything you see here is Debbie. The style. She told me I need to embrace my quirky, so I'm doing more of that. Thank you, Debbie. If you are a talent and you're trying to get seen on YouTube and you need to hire a manager, please reach out to Debbie Brady because she's pretty great. Also, we want to give a shout out to Joel Tilson. He is the official floor director. What he says goes. If you have questions or you're frustrated that I don't see them because I often will miss questions, then please just tap on Joel's shoulder and he will, because I look for Joel's questions. Joel helps organize the questions for people. It's basically, he's got the microphone. You know those guys, they walk through the audience with the microphone. Okay, so we call them floor directors. Well, that's actually what Joel is. But they direct the show to make sure that it goes smoothly. So thank you, Joel, for being an incredible floor director. He's also an advocate for the rights of disabled veterans, and we thank him very much for his service. Okay, so the book of the month is 1001 Nights by F.L. Kalb, and I was reading it, so I ended up putting it somewhere. I apologize, folks. Let me see if I can find the book. Yes, great. Okay. Our book of the month is 1001 Nights by F.L. Kalb. She will be in our studio on Tuesday discussing the book. The book is a retelling of 1001 Nights by Arabian Nights. And it takes place in Myanmar, and it involves looking for rubies. A young boy named Isaac West is visiting his grandfather in Myanmar. Anyway, it's an adventure. It's time, you go back in time. There's adventure. You travel. There's also some deep spiritual lessons about greed and family and relationships, partnerships. But the most important is that we have mentors, right? So great. It's a great yarn. I would call it a novelette because it's under 250 pages. Yeah, it's 217 pages. So a novelette, you should be able to get through it in a couple of days. You will not be disappointed. Very excited to have her in our studios Tuesday at 6 p.m. for Taco Tuesday. Awesome. More announcements. Yes, it is February, and we are honoring Black History Month. Yay! As we do every February. And yes, so we are trying to raise money for organizations that seek racial justice, particularly now that it's so bad in the United States. So one of our favorites is the Southern Poverty Law Center. We started this fundraiser, like I said, in February. We've already raised $270 for the Southern Poverty Law Center. We thank them for their service to human equality, dignity, respect, uh, sane policing, all that normal stuff that normal people want, right? No more Rodney Kings, right? So that was why we started that. Yeah. How are you guys doing? Uh, yeah, to row backwards. Yeah, that's never going to happen. That's just the ramblings of a senile old man. Because we have something called the Abraham Accords, where it's peace between all the Arab countries and Israel, and they have rejected that. They want a two-state solution, which so I win. Oh my God. I know. Well, he can dream, but the Arab League, that's trying to normalize relations with Israel is not going to let him walk off with Gaza. Even, but I really want it. I'll make it. You know what? They don't care. Saudi Arabia doesn't care that he really wants it. United Arab Emirates, Palestinian activists. This was done for the Abraham Accords, by the way. This is what they're going to do. This is what's been approved. This is where the IDF is headed. This is where United Arab Emirates and the Abraham Accords, EU, this is what's been decided on, which is that we're building peace communities, mixed peace communities in the no man's land, and we're rebuilding, but we're not taking it. It's a two-state solution. I thought that was nice. Give it to the Abraham Accords, as a gift of peace to the Abraham Accords. We gave the Oasis one, which was adopted, even though wink, wink, we're not supposed to know that. And the rollout was a disaster, but whatever. So no, that won't be happening. That isn't the contract. That isn't the deal. Now, if the U.S. wants to volunteer troops during the rebuild after they demolish all the chemical weapons and everything else, that's great. But that's all that's going to be happening. Well, they can invest just like we invested in Shibuya in Japan. There's no, but the land belongs to the people. It's up to them if they want people, what kind of environment, if it's going to be. And I'm sure they will take large money investors because, that's how you get a rebuild. Is Putin serious about ending the war? Well, you know what? I did a remote on Putin what was it, yesterday? Before I went to bed, and how it felt to me, Joel, was I felt if I put myself in the shoes of trying to push the army, I'm broke. I have no more money. I have no more army. The North Koreans left. The Chechens left. Not only that, they didn't only leave the Chechens, they then turned around and declared war on me because they're mad at me. There's civil war in Georgia. There's Siberia. And specifically, when I try to go forward, if I were to show you guys a map, let me just show you a map. This is called mapping the grid. Let me show you this. This is a technique we teach in HCRV. I need to remember to teach it every quarter. But you can scan the grid from above. This is one of the things we do is we will try to scan the grid from above. So what you do is you get into a meditative state, and then you imagine floating above, and then because you're a remote viewer using HCRV technique for remote viewing, you're going to feel, do I feel safe? You put yourself in the shoes of being a Russian soldier and you try to move forward. I try to move forward. I can't move forward. But specifically, the problem I had moving forward was let's see, here's Moscow. This area here, Kharkiv, this area here is all blocked. I felt it on the northeast side. And then because I'm blocked on the northeast side and I can't go forward, I keep feeling like Ukraine's going to flood in from here. Go, 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 go. Because right here, Belgorod, Kursk, this whole area, I'm just bogged down. I can't go forward. And over here, this is just terrible. My energy is horrible over here. I can't do anything. So I'm just trapped in this disaster with broken tanks and everything. And then this area totally opened up along the side here. And my instruction as the general, when I switch and then I become a Ukrainian soldier, is go, 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 fast, 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 fast into this area. And then we have this movement going right here. Go, 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 go. Around, encircling Moscow, you see? It's using that lasso technique we've talked about. They're entering right in here. This is where the breach is. And they're all trapped over here, those Russians, and they cannot go forward. That is what I see if I were asked by the military or if I were asked as a remote viewer, what I'm feeling is I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck. I can't even go back. I can't go back because they're coming in from this side. So even if I try to pull back because they go, 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 they went in this way and they lassoed us. I can't even, if I try and pull back into Kursk, I may wind up in a nest full of Ukrainians. You guys want to talk about it? Anybody surprised it ended like this, that it is ending? You know, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? What's everybody eating? What's everybody drinking? I'm having a very nice cup of coffee here with, this is not Pete's. This is a Nicaraguan low acid coffee, organic, that I bought online. I'll be honest with you, it's not as good as Pete's. It's good, but it's just not as good as Pete's. And then I have some 2% milk, and then I have a little bit of maple syrup here. It's rather messy. So that's what I'm drinking. I might have a smoothie later today. My kitchen looks like a walking disaster. You don't want to know. Hi, Mark Rhodes, good friend of mine, great publicist. Hi, Mark. Frank Kalb, Contemporary Art. She is the artist that wrote the book. She'll be in our studios on Tuesday. Make sure to pick up a copy. You can get it on Amazon. Yes, it's going to be quite an interesting conversation. We're going to be talking about greed and family and relationships and hard lessons. Yeah. All right. So without further ado, I think everyone's here. Are we ready to do the empath prayer? Would you all like to? Indian food, very nice. Lamb, coffee kind of day. Yes, it is. Iced matcha latte. Okay, all right. Iced chai latte. All right, okay. You guys are doing the whole ice in the middle of winter. Well, gosh bless you. Some people are not afraid of the ice. I'm doing a little ice water too. All right. Anything more I needed to add to the remotes that you guys don't know? Yeah, just expect the possibility that there's going to be a report from the Pentagon about scrapping certain projects in order to save money. That was something. Now Elon Musk says that he's going to hit the Pentagon next week. They've stopped him, but they haven't really stopped him. The point is that we're going to see an audit from the Pentagon, and likely we'll see the dismantling of old nuclear weapons and encourage other nations to do so. That's the big thing we're going to possibly be seeing in the next couple of months. And creative ways to pay off the national debt. We've talked about that. One is to endorse small businesses and then go into partnership with small businesses, and then as a co-owner of the business, take a percentage of the profits, and then the national debt is paid off. So you have hundreds and hundreds of people who are doing things like dog walker and just small businesses, and then they may get loans of, it's like Shark Tank. America becomes like Shark Tank, and they pay off their national debt by partnering with small businesses. The money is then used to improve the U.S. standard of living. So that's the prediction. Green capitalism will begin to take off, meaning that any company that wishes to get future funding has to show that the products can be exported to Europe, etc., which means that we will have to comply with new green standards if we wish to do business with other countries. And those were the main points of this week's remote. Don't get into a place of, don't get used to the crazy. Like, when I had said, I see a lot of crazy stuff happening in January and February, or when I see crazy things happening, well, now the market is starting to crash. Because when a person is not stable, then people don't have confidence. Also, we've been down-regulated. The dollar's been down-regulated. So we're going to see, because people don't invest in crazy people. So this kind of back and forth with the market, what did we say, February 19th? There was a weird glitch we felt. What are we at? We're at the 19th. So if we're looking at the last month, we're seeing this, it was great. Then we have a dip, and then we have another dip. I think we're headed towards a correction. I've said that. And so people are free to do whatever they like, but I personally do not feel like the market is stable, and I've adjusted. I'm still invested in the market, but I've moved some things around because I anticipate it's going to crash. Any questions about that? It's hyperinflated. The country is unstable. They've downgraded America. There's a lot of reasons why the crash. They're going to wait until in April, we could get the second report coming out, the quarter reports. And if they're bad, and they may be, then we could see a very serious dip in April. But people are pulling out of Tesla, and some of the new coins also, like Trump's coin, also crashed. All right, let's go ahead and give you guys a collective reading. I was asked how you contact me if you want to get a personal reading. Below this video, excuse me, below this video in the description box, it'll say become a client. That's through Booksy, and then you just set the appointment. And then I call you. The times are in Pacific Standard Time, so if you want to talk to me, understand that I'll be calling. It'll be 2 p.m. in Portland, Oregon, so you have to adjust. If you're outside the United States, then you have to call me through. Leave me a note saying you're outside the U.S., and then I will expect your phone call. You can call. Usually we recommend WhatsApp to save you some money. You can call. Yeah. All right. If anybody needs a healing at this time, if you'd like the group to pray for you, we pray for people who need to receive a prayer, a healing. Um, so if you'd like to be included in a collective, excuse me, in a collective reading, please let us know your name or the person that we're going to be praying for, and we will include them in our prayers. And if you find today amusing or entertaining in any way, please think about donating to the Southern Poverty Law Center. We are collecting; they are the charity of the month, and we are collecting for them, and they are doing righteous work. So if you have a couple bucks, think about donating them to the amazing Southern Poverty Law Center. All right, let's do this. Something's causing me to have an allergic reaction all of a sudden. Where's my tissues? Okay. That's probably a hair. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, as a community, we say, Amen. And for those of you who are requesting a healing at this time for yourselves and for your loved ones, we come together and we ask that you receive healing in mind, body, and spirit, a perfect healing. We ask the Creator to heal you in mind, body, and spirit. And together, collectively, we say, Amen, Amen, Amen. May all souls be healed. May all souls be healed. May the Creator hear our prayers. Well, my loves, how you holding up? You're about to get a tarot reading from me, but first off, I always say to my clients before we go into the Akashic field is like, you okay? What do you need to talk about? You all right? Yeah, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay because you got me. Yes. The genie. I always wanted to be a genie, a jinn, with what Arabic is called the jinn, right? The oracle, the jinn. You know, bringing. I dream of Jeannie. She brought fun and excitement to the world, right? Yeah. So we need to be a part of that. The goodness, making people happy. Okay, where you are at right now. This is a time of scholarship and academia. Objectively speaking, has your personal life been impacted by this individual, the president, at this point? So we have to be able to just continue on with our lives. regardless of what's going on politically in the world, regardless of what's going on in other people's lives, it's kind of saying we've got to get back to our own lives. The base of the matter for you at this time is, I'm going to move some space here so that you can all see your reading. It makes for a more pleasant reading if you can actually see the cards, right? And we want you to have a pleasant reading. Okay. There we go. Get this a little closer here. There we go. Not much more nice. Much more nice. See, my English is good. Much more nice. Okay, so your base card is the Hermit, which would indicate a time of scholarship for you and knowledge. Begin pursuing knowledge in the things that interest you, and the Queen of Swords is coming in, which is a time of justice and truth, but it's also a time of stoicism, in the sense that you've put the past behind you and it's now time to go forward into your future. You know, you are researching, you're be in the moment. You know, the Hermit already is in heaven because they're just sitting around learning all day. It's kind of like the Jewish idea of heaven. When you die as a Jew, where do you go? Where do you go when you die if you're Jewish? To a big library and university in the sky, of course, where there'll be endless books that we can read. I mean, I'm serious. I'm not kidding. This is, there are people that think this, that like, Hashem, when we die, we get to just read books all day long. So, everyone has their version of what heaven is, but be in the moment and focus on creating your heaven on earth. But also, when you are engrossed in studying, Whimsy's in a rare mood. Hopefully it's a good mood. So when you are completely engrossed in what it is that interests you, be the ball. That's what I think about when I think about the Hermit over us at this time, because it's telling you that now they want your protection is academia. Your protection is mastery. What business is it of yours? We have this spirit guide that floats around us. People have joked about it because a lot of people swear they actually know this person, that they knew this person when they were alive. But we often will hear when we give readings, be about your business, child. What business is it of yours, what this person's doing? What about your business? In plainer words, are you doing 3 hours of homework a day? Are you? The only business you are responsible for is your own business. The Hermit is about scholarship and learning. When you are completely engrossed in a good book, like 1001 Nights, this is awesome. But this is a real page turner. It's really good. When you get pulled into something that you're learning, everything else ceases to exist, and all you care about is that thing that you are engrossed in. So you become one with the ball. Yeah. And then Karma card, Queen of Swords, means to put the past behind you and just go get on with your life. In plain words, they're telling us to get on with our lives, to be aware and to learn, but to get on with our lives. Great stress over many of you, stress at night. Isn't that what abusive people want? They don't want you to ignore them and get on with your life. They want to be the center of attention. You should see the tweets from Elon Musk. Have you guys been reading the tweets? Wow, we really owned the Dems. We really they're crying now. They're crying. They're crying. In plainer words, getting you to cry makes them feel good. It makes them feel big. It makes them feel strong and powerful, right? So what they don't expect from you is for you to become bored, disinterested by a bunch of kids. We're going to take your social. Other Republicans are going to come in and say, no, you're not. You'll ruin my damn political career if you do that, right? So it's just abusive little kids trying to smack you around, pick on you, pull your hair because you wouldn't go out with me, right? That kind of crap. So be aware that you're being tormented, but you don't have to participate. The crossing card is Six of Pentacles. So there's great, you have a crossing card of a desire for justice and to help. It's really important that we not get emotionally bent out of shape over this. Yes, Elon Musk suffers from all kinds of mental health problems. Mania could also be drug related because he takes drugs. He takes a lot of drugs and then he gets into manic states. Amphetamines can do that, right? You start thinking you're a god. Your dopamine levels go up, right? If you look at the neurochemistry of some of these pharmaceuticals, and what's scary is that some of these pharmaceuticals are given to seniors, right? When we start to see declines in dopamine. But the problem is that if you give someone amphetamines or something that stimulates an increase in dopamine, then what you've got is you've got mania. A short version of that, a 20-minute trip into that, if you just want to have a 20-minute trip into mania and borderline bipolar disorder, manic depression. If you want to experience that, it's, I've never tried cocaine. I mean, like, I missed out on a lot of stuff. I was in a women's yeshiva, a Jewish seminary, studying the Torah in my 20s. I had no life. It's true. I moved to Jerusalem when I was 21 and I was a seminary girl. I entered the seminary. So I didn't get to have the wild and wicked. Thank God I didn't have those experiences. But that pumping of the dopamine that you get, that dopamine rush that is experienced with those types of drugs is I am a genius, right? That's what these drugs can do. And so we're kind of, but that's also what you'll see in bipolar disorder. And then people will self-medicate with bipolar disorder and these manias, and they'll take drugs which actually make it worse. I feel better when I take massive amounts of coffee and amphetamines. But then the other flip side of that is that if your dopamine gets too high, the serotonin will tank, and you also wind up with adrenal syndrome, which is also what you'll see in wartime with soldiers that are in war where they can't sleep for 48 hours. They're pumped up, right? Because it's war, we're pumped up, right? And if you put drugs in the middle of that, that's also very, very dangerous. So that, I think, is what we're looking at. However, I would say it's auspicious that the crossing card is the Six of Pentacles, because that would indicate justice over social services. There are too many people involved. The seniors voted for the Republicans. The constituents are not going to let them do that. I think it's great that he's headed to the Pentagon. I think it's great that they're going to be slashing nuclear weapons, probably. Well, talk about a disaster. We never used them. They cost us you know how many people we could have fed? They did nothing to deter anything. I mean, we have shields now. If somebody sends us a nuclear weapon, you know what happens with these new shields? Their bombs will drop on top of their heads. All you do is blow yourself up if you send us a nuclear. We can shoot it down from space, too, through spark. So what do we need to have them for? All we need to do is focusing on shooting theirs down. And if we do it effectively, their own weapons will be used against them. So this is why, with new drone technology and space wars, there's no reason to be keeping nuclear weapons around from 1945. So good. So that frees up money. Then we can come in and, I think Musk is the president. This is what we had talked about a couple of months ago, that Musk was paying off Trump's debts to foreign people, like he owed a bunch to. I think that Putin was paid off in crypto. Probably because Putin couldn't use him anymore, and Putin probably thought he was finished as a politician. And I think the dirt on Trump is really his involvement with the criminal element in human trafficking out of Florida, and opening up to human traffickers through these private islands, etc. I think that Epstein was only one of the people that got caught. But the fact that your cards, that's what's going on globally. But in terms of you, the individual, I wouldn't stress too much about your life, because they're saying get on with your life and study the things that interest you and build a beautiful life for yourself. Your Social Security is protected. It's all about mastery. Here again, take a look. 8 of Pentacles moving into your 4th position. That's your workbench. Why aren't you making that great piece of art? Get to work. Why aren't you writing that great novel? Why aren't you doing what you were put on this earth to do? Instead, you're just sitting there wringing your hands, screaming about some bozo that's probably going to be gone in April. Get back to your workbench. Why are you alive? You better finish your karma, or you're going to come back here. If you don't finish what you were put here to do, you are going to wind up having to come back. So you can stress about him, or you can get back to work. Be about your business, child. What you're sitting in, an explosion, a tower. My whole world is falling apart. Right? Ah! That's what they want you to think. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Barbara donates to the Southern Poverty Law monthly. That's wonderful. Yeah, good. All right, and coming out of the King of Swords, which is Trump, and entering into victory in 6 months. Yeah, the Democrats will be, we will be able to take control over this nightmare within 6 months. But I see him finished. I feel so sorry for Trump in a way, because I just feel old. I feel like I got a diagnosis, maybe that I had Alzheimer's. I got some kind of a diagnosis that I don't want to reveal to the public, which is why I'm hiding my medical records. I feel like my life is over, like I had some good times. That's how I feel as Trump. I had some good times. We had some good times, didn't we? Yeah, we sure did. And now my debts are paid off by this guy, Elon. He can do whatever the hell he wants with the presidency, because he basically paid for it. And I'm just sitting here knowing the truth that I got all these medical problems. This is how, there's a part of this individual knows his life, there's just a feeling when he walked into the White House, a feeling energetically with this person, that he knew it was over, that something had changed. Where we are at right now, travel and movement. By the way, I'll be gone on the 15th. I'm going to Puerto Vallarta for 5 days. What is it, 5 days, 6 days? I need a break from the crazy. So maybe travel to Mexico. If you want to go to Puerto Vallarta, meet me there. 15th of February. We'll do tacos. What is around you? Your opposition, 4 of Pentacles, frugality, poverty, stinginess. Hopes and fears, the fighting. You fear this constant fighting, the battle of wits, as they say. Yes, the battle of who's going to win, me, you, or them. You don't want fighting. And then the final outcome for you is dun, 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 things have changed. The old ways are gone. The old ways are gone. The old ways of doing things have ended. Yeah, I'm gonna have a couple days off. So it'll be for 6 days. I fly out on the 15th, and I fly back on a Saturday. So probably, yeah. There's a couple of things I won't be doing. I need a break. Things have been really crazy. The rollout of Oasis 1 by Trump, I think, could not have gone more horribly. So I need a break. Many of you have a new job. Is anybody here looking for a job? You have a job coming in the next couple of weeks. Person who asked about your job situation, you got employment in the next couple of weeks. Some of you might have to travel to get to your jobs, but new jobs coming in for many of you in the next 2 weeks. Hopes and fears. Do I really have to talk to him? Do I really have? Biggest issue for you right now could be having to deal with people that you don't like. Final outcome for you is financial stability. No one's taking your Social Security. In fact, when everything is said and done, your finances look better than they were before. I'm beginning to think that the Republicans, I'm beginning to think that Elon Musk and the others are lying to us about the severity of what they're doing simply to play with us psychologically. It's just a psychological game because energetically, the outcome is quite auspicious. You get to keep your money, you're going to be okay. So, also mastering your fourth house. Basically, what your cards are saying is get on with your life. Well, Fran, you should join me, darling. Anyway, so that's your reading. That's the reading. That's the collective energy for the coming weeks. Trump presents as the past, and maybe the reason why he presents as the past is because he is the past, and the president is really Elon Musk. That's what, he paid off the guy's debts. There's nothing that Trump can do about it now. He can't insult him because he knows the truth. They're being all friendly. Yeah, we get along great. I really like Trump. It's like he's got a noose. It's like, have you ever seen these S&M like chain around somebody's neck kind of a thing? That's what I see when I see these two together. It's like, did you see them in Thanksgiving? Did you see that picture of them? It just, when I saw that, I just felt like he owned the old man. It was like there was this invisible rope, between them, where he's the owner and Trump is just the poodle. He's just sitting there like the little poodle, and then his owner is next to him. Yeah, do what I tell you to do because you're my poodle. I'm sorry. Oh my God. But it didn't look to me like a relationship of equals. It looked to me like a relationship between an old poodle and that Elon was the one in charge. There you go. What can I tell you? That's what it looks like to me as a remote viewer. He paid off the guy's debts. God bless him. Oh, you guys moved where? To Mexico? I'm checking out Puerto Vallarta. I could move there. I don't know how much more of this I can take, but I'm being told by spirit that everything's going to be okay. But I'm like, I got to have an exit strategy. I can't take much more of this country. But then past all of that, we're going to own you liberals. We're going to hurt you. You make you cry. Are you crying? That weird, stupid, crazy. When you just objectively float above the energy, everything's going to right itself in about 3-4 months. So you should probably get on with your life and your retirement secure. I mean, you can see your outcome. So get on with your life. Yeah, vote blue. Vote blue. Be active, but don't let don't let a mentally ill 10-year-old ruffle your feathers. Yes, Denise Fletcher Thoreau says that poor Donald looks like Elon picked him up at some government-run animal shelter in Russia. Yeah, I'm sure the animals do really great there. Yeah, Denise wins the comedy award of the day. Oh my God. So when we get the order, I guess we'll blitz away. What you eating, what you drinking, share with us. Join our brunch table. There are 465 people eating at this brunch table. Hello, everybody. Hello. Tell us what country you're in, what you eat, and what you drink. Share yourself with the group. Rainey Horvat, are you Jewish? Because are you from Hungary, your family? Because I think I have Horvats in my family lineage. I think we might be distant cousins. I think I'm related to Rainey. I think she's one of my cousins on my mom's side. Hello, shalom, Rainey. Horvats. They're one of the families that helped we helped build the synagogue in Budapest. The Dome, is that what we call it? It was this big synagogue. It was a very nice. Oh, Blake, thank you so much for your donation to Southern Poverty Law. Blake has donated $10. Baruch Hashem. Thank God. Thank you so much for your donation. Was interrupted and on a work call, so I don't know if my questions made it. What do you see for Kamala's future? Will 45 be able to overhaul the Kennedy Center for long? Oh, I heard about that. That is absolutely insane. Let's take a look at what Blake is saying. And let's look at Kamala's future. Did I get an order to blitz away? I don't know. Ooh, squashed potatoes. That sounds amazing. He's an old poodle. That's right. All right. What is the future of Kamala Harris? Right now, she's thinking about her future. I've just been thinking about that. Thanks for asking. The Queen of Cups rubs her lamp and dreams. So there is a part of her, you know what? She's enjoying the time off. She and Doug are enjoying the time off. She did get some kind of salary or something when she left. She has some economic opportunity to take a little time off here. Her opposition wants her back. So people are schmoozing her. So she's getting schmoozed from private law firms. Why don't you come work for this law firm? Why don't you come work for that law firm? Two of Cups, they're schmoozing her. Could be the private sector. Hanging up. Knight of Cups. She's being schmoozed. She's being schmoozed. People are probably trying to give her a job, I would think. Heavy load lays ahead for her. She took one of the jobs. She's moving. She's going back to the courts. Probably a judgeship. She'll probably get a judgeship or AG. She could go back to being AG in California or something like that. But she's back in the courts. She's moving possibly to another state. It could be California. Yeah, she's going back to the courts. It's her nature to go back to work. She won't be able to be unemployed for long. Thank you, Rich, for donating to the Southern Poverty Law Center. We have done really well with our fundraiser. We're up to $310 on the Southern Poverty Law Center. Thank you, everyone who has contributed. All right, the next question, the future of the Kennedy Center and all the crazy stuff that's been going on there. Nut jobs. Sorry, but that's really crazy. The Kennedy Center. Lovers. Opposition, Two of Swords. Hopes and fears, Two of Cups. Final outcome. It's like a ransom. Give us some money. Give us some money and we'll give you your center back. If we pay you, will you go away? This is like a ransom. We want money from the Kennedy Center. Great. We won't take any more federal funds. Will you just get the away from us? So Six of Swords is to be like, get away from the trouble, to get away from the, they want money. They want to hold them hostage because of foundation, because of money donated to the endowments in the foundation. But Six of Swords, they are going to have to come up with a lot of private money to break free from their relationship to the federal government. And that appears to be what's going to happen. They're going to have to become a private thing with no money coming in from the government. That's what happens. Their relationship with the U.S. government will probably come to an end, and they'll have to be a charity. That relationship ends. He destroyed that. But the Kennedy Center survives, but they will no longer be able to take money from the U.S. government, and will only be able to rely on private donations. That's how they get out of this. Isn't that terrible? God, those Akashic records depressed me. The opposition is the purse. What a bunch of jerks. Can you believe that? So I'm sorry, I don't know anything about this, but I just from the documents I was able to ascertain through the remote. Is that what happened? Does anybody know how were they able to get access? Was it because it was government controlled? I don't understand. Oh, thank you, Blake, for that donation to Southern Poverty Law. She's going into the courts. A governorship would be great because governorship would follow her trajectory. She's going back to work. Her outcome is the courts. Her outcome was the courts. That would be AG. I guess you could argue governor, but she's going to the courts. She's been offered job. From what I could see from her Akashic record, she was offered private jobs. So maybe a company that has wealthy clients wanted to hire her, or some position at a state level for AG. Point is that, well, lovers came. She was being schmoozed a lot in those cards. She wanted a break. She wanted for her and Doug to take a break with those cards. And Queen of Cups, she's just easy breezy thinking about her options. But then 10 of Wands came in, a heavy load lay ahead, and then she heads back to the courts. Tells me I got to get back to the courts. That where she feels comfortable is the courts. I'd like to see her eventually become a Supreme Court judge. If not, she'll become a Superior Court judge, or she could run for governorship. It's a great lady. She's a great woman. And we have to remember that. Yeah. Now they've done the same thing to PBS, right? So, how can we save PBS? If somebody has a strangle, if you're getting money in endowments, it's probably not even that much money, and you want to be free of this nightmare, all you have to do is cut bait, right? You just have to say we're going to have to rely more on private donations to be free of this. PBS, it is a nightmare. It's a lot of, I think it's drugs, and then getting in with the wrong group of people. Elon got in with the wrong group of people. I think a series of things happened to Elon Musk. I think he started off being a hippie. He was a 1970s kid. Cool. He was the guy that listened to Donovan music, wore tie-dyed shirts, and he was flirting with girls over at Berkeley. That's the old Elon Musk. Flirting with girls over at Berkeley, wearing tie-dye shirts, listening to Donovan music, trapped in the 70s, burning incense, sleeping on a futon, making love, listening to 70s music, smoking weed, computer crap all over the floor. Left of center, live and let live. And and then he got married, and his first child died, I think, in his arms or soon after, at 3 weeks. And instead of dealing with it and getting into counseling with his wife, which is what he was supposed to do, he became a workaholic rather than psychologically deal. My son is dead. And he became a workaholic. And part of how he did that was he got into performance drugs, amphetamines. And then he started getting into economic trouble. So he started borrowing from questionable banks, crypto, and from the Russians. And then he got in with a bunch of racists. So he became a drug addict. He got in with racist. And he's just been downhill from there. You know, this is not the guy that was burning incense and candles and, you know, talking about cold fusion with girls from Berkeley. You know, that's not who this guy is. This person. The drugs have. It's almost like demons want you to do drugs. If you know, there are people that think there's a spiritual component to drugs, that they draw negative entities. I mean, like, that's, people have actually, because he is so different now. Yeah, he got along great with Obama, voted for Obama twice, voted for Biden. Yeah, he was a Democrat. He was a registered Democrat. He went crazy. The drugs, his son died. Yeah, it's very sad. It's very, very sad. And, you know, if there had been intervention, if he had been helped, if he and his wife had gotten proper counseling, maybe he wouldn't have become this workaholic, drugs, amphetamines, and everything else that happened. He was already having mental health problems. But, you know, it's an example of how much stress can the average person take. We've talked about allostasis, the ability to return back to center after you've been hit with an emotional trauma, whether it's the death of your son, which, if you're looking at stressors, the death of one's child is probably one of the worst pains you can know. But to have it be your baby that you've had 3 weeks to bond with, for a man to lose his son like that, is probably one of the worst pains a human being can know. So you have a mentally ill man. He already had mental health problems. He had head injuries. Experiences something like that. It was probably more than he could mentally process. And that's the point at which he goes off the deep end. There's still remnants of who he was. You know, like flying into a war zone to get the babies of Gaza. That was an impulse control issue because he saw babies getting killed in Gaza. So there's still a remnant of that man there, but yeah, it's terrible. I really wish somebody would intervene. I really do. The crypto coin. Let's take a look at the crypto. Let's take a look at the crypto coin. Trump launched a crypto coin. Six of Pentacles. Interesting. Death. The coin is not going to live. It won't survive. Ooh, people are angry. There's retaliation against Trump and more attempts to assassinate him. People lost money, but look at that Nine of Swords. People are angry. You know what? I'm seeing retaliation. Yeah, the coin dies. You see. It was just there to make $1 billion. It was just there to make some money. There's going to be lawsuits. Queen of Swords. People are very angry. Look at guy lost $1 million. He lost his family's life savings. What a terrible thing to do to people. They have no morals. Future is the green economy. It always comes out. Invest in eco-friendly, strong companies that are going to survive the new economy, and you should be okay. But there's a crash happening. Well, I guess it started in February. What do we say? February 19th. Well, today there was a drop of 500 in the shorts. Let's see how it goes. But I'm seeing February being pretty bad for the market. I could throw again. You guys want me to check the market? Well, that's why I sold. I'll be honest with you. I sold all my stock, and then I worked with Nomi AI to redistribute my investments because we knew what was coming. Okay. So the future of the Dow. Let me just check people's market investments. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't see it stay. It's bad, but it gets better after April, I think. Right? Let's take a look. Just invest in green index funds, and you'll survive. Because everyone's going to bail ship, and then they're all going to pour it back into green. You could just go into green now and hold, or you could pull out and go into green index funds because they're all going to skyrocket after April. Does that help? Knight of Cups. That's March. That's my Pisces baby. Hang up. Hopes and fears. Mastering the market. The devil, be careful. Don't hold on to things based on attachment. But I really like that stock. That's an emotional reaction. That's being a human being. We become emotionally attached, even to things that are not alive. But I like that stock. I like Joby. Don't be emotionally attached, because if you're emotionally attached, you have to be without emotion when it comes to the market. You have to be very strong and make tough decisions. The market is very volatile right now. The future is the new green economy. The Akashic records are now repeating. When that happens to me, when I get a repeat, when things start to repeat over and over and over again, when I start to get repeats, it basically, the computer in the sky is saying, you keep asking the same question. You keep asking the same question. So, yeah, it's always the same outcome. There is no other economy, you guys. We won't be able to buy it if it's toxic. We won't be able to export. If a company has a black mark on it because it's if it's toxic, who's going to buy your stuff? You can't export. The world has put its foot down. There's only one economy. You have to abide by international laws, or no one's going to do business with you. Humble yourself, America. You're not all that. We don't need you. We can go somewhere else to do our trade. There's a humbling that has to happen in the next 4 months. And part of it, we cannot break this cycle. We cannot break the chain. We cannot change the trajectory because too many people have made these decisions. It's like Trump when he was blabbering about Gaza, and I'm going to take it all over. There are thousands of people that are investing in the rebuild of Gaza. United Arab Emirates is coming in and shook hands with Israel. Saudi Arabia wants to sign as part of the Abraham Accords. Morocco's involved, right? So it was a two-state solution, and then if you do this, so all is no, you don't. We're not going to let you come in and screw up the Abraham Accords because little old man. The little old man had his applesauce and got confused. You're supposed to put the medication in the applesauce, mix it up, and then give it to the old man, right? Somebody forgot to put the medication in. Just remember, people. Just remember, I will never get any credit um, because I'm just one researcher, and this was the efforts of thousands of researchers. So I'm just one person on the team. So I don't want to say, well, look at me, look what I did. I'm so important. No, another way of looking at this is, say you have a class and the class has 10,000 students, and you know you've got a problem, and you've got 10,000 students that are using um, meta-analysis and everything. So, and you know you have the Abraham Accords and you're trying to come up with a solution that Saudi Arabia is going to be happy. So we all had the same mathematics. So that's the takeaway. What I would say is I am proud of myself that I am the student of the 10,000 students that came up with the same conclusion, which is why they can't thank just one person, because it's thousands of people that built this. What I can say for myself is that I am one of the students that got my homework in early. That's what I would say to the IDF, because the IDF would say, well, Whimsy, we already had the Oasis in Sinai. It was started years ago. I'm like, I know. Mine was a meta-analysis, but, I got my homework in early. So, no, it wasn't me alone. I don't want, we have to be humble about these things. Instead, another way of looking at it is that many, many good people were involved, and we were all working on the equations. And yeah, that's what happened. Well, one of the equations that people were working on was, for example, how to deal with the problem with Hamas. And I turned my homework in December 19th. Thank you very much. 2023. Okay, these are my calculations. Ceasefire, exchange of hostages, rebuild, right? So, yeah. So it was basically a math equation, and it was run through multiple. So, yeah, everybody came up with the same equation. And then once the IDF got everybody's homework, there were thousands of us that contributed our equation. They put it against their own computers. Then they agreed with the data. And then Biden's team had it. Then Biden's team was looking at it. And then that was why Biden came out with it. But I got to show off that I got the equation right in December. Yeah, I'm so smart. It was fun. It was fun. When you're when things are that scary, it's nice when you feel like you're helping. And when you get it right, that's cool. Blake Gershom, thank you for the donation. $4.99 to Southern Poverty Law. You guys are doing great. We've raised $320 for the Southern Poverty Law. You guys are rocking. I love you guys. Who do you possibly foresee being president in 2028? Oh, God, that's such a good question. Wouldn't it be great if it was a woman? JD Vance, do you think he'll run? I don't know. I'm getting no on JD Vance. Like he doesn't want to be a politician no more. All right. Who is going to be the president in 2028 based on what we see right now? If it says King of Swords, I'm going to I don't know. I think I'll rip my hair out. King of Swords is Trump. Let's take a look. All right, who's going to be the president in 2028? Who's going to win the 2028 election? A star is over the election of 2028. A star. So somebody really amazing. A star hit. Oh, thank you. $5 to the Southern. Thank you, Gloria. Ooh, a strong woman with fire. Hopes and fears, Two of Swords. And then the final outcome. things will end. I see a woman running again as the opposition with the Queen of Wands in the opposition. Queen of Swords. It's possible that Kamala will run. I see a strong woman. Hopes and fears. To be contained or controlled, the final outcome is to fight the good fight against the land. Seven of Wands. It looks like it's a woman. A woman could be the next president. Well, if it's Republican, it might be Nikki Haley. Though, I mean, God, who knows? I would like to see Kamala. By then, hopefully people know her. But Seven of Wands is to fight the good fight. It's to stand on top of the mountain and to fight the good fight. But it appears that the Queen of Swords is running. Opposition Queen of Wands fights the good fight. I think a lot of us would pick AOC. Let's do a third just to see what happens. Taking the weapons of war away from our enemies. Lovers. The Empress. The truth is coming out. It will be a less contentious in 2028. I don't see Trump being around. And it appears that women are going... I see a strong woman here. Kamala, I believe, is a Libra, and that would be the Queen of Swords. Queen of Wands, I think, is Amy Klobuchar. So we're looking at possibly two strong females for the Democrats. Isn't she an Aries, Klobuchar? Amy Klobuchar, what sign is she? Because her chart is very good for the presidency. It's always been good. My name is Amy, and I always win. I always win. My name is Amy, and I always win. I always win. That's her mantra. She was born May 25th, so she's another Gemini. Well, I have her as the Queen of Wands. Yeah. I did a remote view where I tried to be Amy Klobuchar, and I found myself in a business suit and tennis shoes, walking on a treadmill, exercising at the Capitol. I guess they have an exercise thing. And I was saying a mantra, my name is Amy, and I always win. I always win. Get out of my way, Pete. My name is Amy. I always win. Yes, I always win. That was her little mantra. And then I decided to jazz it up. My name is Amy. My name is Amy. And I always win. I always win. My name is Amy. My name is Amy. And I always win. That's her mantra. She always wins. Get out of my way, Pete. Nobody's going to stop me. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take it by storm, and I'm going to... That's her. That's who she is. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging with me. If you're trying to get in for a tarot reading with me, please find the information below. You can book through Booksy. Thank you, Debbie Brady, who has also posted all that information. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging with me. It was a great brunch. Bye. Thank you. God bless.